14 days, they said. 14 days to complete the Celestial Island expedition. But no, here I am, less than a week later, and I've completed it already. How good is that? And it's quite fun, actually, to think, oh, wow, this Celestial Island can be churned out rather quickly. If you're beating those PvP fights, if you're helping those stranded fleets, you're going to be moving forward and completing it. So in today's video, guys, we're going to see what happens when you complete one of your expeditions. What happens when that fleet comes back from its colonialism attempt to take over the enemy fortress, or whatever it is that we're invading. And I think you'll be surprised by the outcome. At least I was. Because I thought, right, we're going to unlock a new map, or somewhere else to go. But no, it turns out you have to find the treasure map en route to actually go somewhere new. So instead, guys, it looks like we're heading back to the Dwarven Kingdoms to go beat them up for a second time, which, if you don't mind me saying, is just going to be fun all over again. And of course, we get to upgrade our ship, so it's going to be quicker, so it's going to take even less time. So guys, buckle up, because we're going to do Celestial Island again and see what happens. So, let's go. But before we go, let me just mention, guys, that if you enjoy my content and you want to help me out, you can back me on Patreon. And if you don't know what that is, it's where you can support me with monthly contributions to help me continue what I'm doing. So you can find a link up here or below in this description if you want to help me out. But anyway, enough of that, guys. Let's hit up Celestial Island. Well, guys, we've done it. Our first expedition from Celestial Island has been completed. And take a look here, you can see all the rewards that I managed to gather along the way. All of these things are in the cargo hold, and look, 17 heroic scrolls. We've got 3,500 of these adventure medals, and we've got everything else, including that 6-star dummy we were promised, so it all looks like it's gone very well. So, let's accept this, and you also would have seen that our ship has been leveled up to level 2. Now, Captain's Cabin, let's take a look at the ship. We've got 1 tech point remaining, so what am I going to go for? Well, I think speed is definitely going to be our best thing, because having a quicker ship means we can travel to places much faster, which means rewards come much quicker. So that's my thinking, and I think that thinking comes from sound logic. So there we go, and also I've called it the HMS Empire, because why not? I thought it was quite funny to play into the British Empire trope. Many of you would have been fortunate enough to find a map during your first expedition, and this will unlock additional areas, whether it's Dagon's Abyss, the Garrison Outpost, etc, etc, etc. And I've seen some pictures on Reddit and in the Idle Heroes gaming community on Facebook about different places people have unlocked. Dagon's Abyss, for example, has a 9-star hero in it, but unfortunately I haven't found anything, so I have to go back to the Dwarven Ruins. So what we've learned is there is no real end to Celestial Island. You can just keep going on expeditions, and once you've gone once, we just go again. Also, we've learned that the PvP element of this is different than what we first thought. Instead of it being 3 teams fighting against the opponent's 3 different teams, you instead pick the part of your ship to attack with, whether it's the power system, the weapon system, or the auxiliary system. Now, most people are going to place their best team in the first slot, in the power system, just because that's rather instinctive. So instead, I'm going to put my best team in slot 3. And move my, let's say keep my middle team in the middle and actually put my worst team at the top. This means that people who are going with their best team in slot 1 have a really easy chance against fighting with me, so I'm doing my pit for the community. Secondly, it means I have an easier chance of winning because a lot of people's thirds teams won't be very good, so it works out for everybody. Now, let's bring this out and battle and begin our adventure. And there we go, there's a windfall chest, and the whole thing begins over and over again. So, let's do my explores and see what happens. Okay, talking about fighting people, let's go and attack. Now, I'm going to challenge them with my auxiliary system, because that's where my best thing was. And let's see what happens, guys. Let's find out. Okay, it looks like this could potentially be their best team, but it looks like someone who's not a very high level, so I'm probably going to eat through this rather easily. Yeah, look, Carrie's active skill goes off, and it's going to nick energy. Oh, it's just brutal. Let's be fair. This looks like a fairly good fight. Now, one mistake people make is that they mix their E5 heroes around across the multiple teams, thinking that's going to make a difference. It really isn't. You just want to put your best heroes in one team, and then put your other heroes in the rest. Now, sure, I've made mine a little bit more elegant by having a Mim Cheese team, but you don't have to do that. But the good thing is, if you win these PvP fights, it increases your cruise progress, and it was a shame we didn't get a PvP fight in the first YouTube video I made of this, so I'm actually quite glad that that did show up. Now let's see if we can get anything else. If I get a map, I'm going to be really happy because I'll be able to show you that as well. Okay, shipwrecks, that's fine, we just get a little bit of something. Let's keep going. Let's see what we find. Okay, we got a fight here. I'll just skip the battle. There we go. That's a victory, and it gets me a heroic scroll. Cool, brilliant. Now, the important thing, as I've said in the first video, is to make sure you're always using your stamina and not letting it overflow, because that's missed opportunities to move quicker, to get more items. It's just better. So remember, guys, always use your stamina and don't let it overflow. Right, let's skip this battle here. Hopefully it's a victory. Yes, it is, and that will boost our speed even more. Look, we're nearly on 5%, and I only just started it. Okay, let's challenge, skip the battle. Brilliant. Okay, let's explore once more. What can we find? Oh, more shipwrecks, and that will be some 5-star hero shards. Not bad. There's some more stuff. Shipwrecks again. Alright, brilliant. And now you're also probably wondering what we're going to use our medals for. Well, I'm glad you guys have asked it. Well, you probably didn't ask it, but there you go. I'm sure you thought it. So let's go to the Celestial Island and find out. Now, we know that this is the evil area over here, and that this is the good area over here, so I'm going to go for the evil area and build the evil statue of lightning, because in PvP, I want my team to be as fast as possible, and I want to make sure my carries are quicker than my opponents. So let's build the evil statue of lightning. Now, I'm going to upgrade this and see how far I can take it with the medals that I have. Now, I am aware that this is going to get capped. Yes, that's unfortunate. Now, unfortunately, I've only got enough to take it to level 8, but I am aware that people might not even be able to get that far. They might only be able to take it to level 6, or some people might be able to take it even further. So, what does this mean? It means the PvP meta is going to be completely out of whack. It means you're going to have people whose heroes are quicker than other people's, even when they're running exactly the same team, because it now means that until people have maxed out their statues, the whole balance of PvP is going to be all over the place. So what you want to do is just make sure you're putting as much as you can into enhancing these statues as far as they'll go, which means actually, guys, I'm not gonna touch this. Even though I have 740 remaining, I just want to make sure I throw it all in to make sure I can get my carries as fast as possible, as quick as possible. Now, the unfortunate thing is people who are going to be finishing these adventures will finish them at different times now, because some people will have unlocked new levels. I haven't unlocked a new level, so I have to do the Dwarf Ruins again. Now, that might mean that this will finish quicker, so I'm actually getting more of the medals in quicker. But other people might go for the further away ones to get better rewards, but that means they'll upgrade their statues slower, which means they might suck at PvP, but then when they do complete it, they'll get loads of medals and overtake me. So I just don't know how this is going to change the meta. Or at least, I don't think it's going to help the meta. It's going to unstabilize things, and it's going to mean the people that have the most medals are going to be in a really good spot in PvP. Now, if you're not focused on PvP, that's not going to matter. Just focus on the health or the attack. Probably attack, because that's going to make you do more boss damage in PvE, which means, of course, that you'll be able to complete broken spaces with less attempts, which is always a good thing. But we're going to be in this weird point now for the foreseeable future, where lots of teams are going to be very different, because people are either going to have different statues, not the same amount of medals, and it is going to mean things are going to feel a little bit strange. Now, personally, I think that's a necessary evil. It's just going to have to be what happens once we all level up. It can't be avoided, but I know it's going to annoy some people, and you'll probably put your thoughts down below in the comment section. So let me know how you feel about this, because it is going to disrupt the meta, and it is going to make things feel a little bit misplaced. I found this out today, actually. I was trying to attack someone. I was like, why does his team keep going first? Both of his carries are going off, but my carry's not. I'm like, surely they haven't got anything that's going to increase the speed of his carry. I thought there was something wrong with mine. And then I realized, oh, he must have just finished the mission before I did, which meant he was able to build the speed thing. Now, sure, building this speed thing, great. It solves that problem. But if his is on level 9, then it doesn't help anyway, which is rather irritating. So, swings and roundabouts, guys. It's not perfect, but it's just what we're going to have to deal with for the future. And that's it, guys. That's pretty much what happens when you complete a mission in Celestial Island. It's actually quite simple. I'm surprised that we can go back and complete an expedition again. I like it, which means we'll just have to keep churning Celestial Island, and it will be now something that you can keep on doing, and then comparing rewards and fighting. And I think this is everything campaign should have been. This actually feels like a campaign. We're going out, questing, doing stuff. I actually really like this. The more I play it, the more I like it. And I get that there are some people that are going to be upset and some people that are going to moan, but that always happens. You can't please everybody, but I like this. Sure, the statues are going to make things feel a bit unbalanced, but overall, it's actually not that bad. So let me know your thoughts down below, and if you enjoyed this video, why don't you hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and if you can't wait for me to upload more, you can find some more of my content over there on the side of the screen. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Have a great week, and happy idling.